Welcome back, everyone, to another segment of the MCR. Mac and me, my name's DJ. In this segment, I'd like to talk about a news report, a video clip I saw. And when I saw it, something immediately popped into my mind. The phrase, from the mouths of babes. So I got a question, Mac. What comes to your mind when you think of the phrase from the mouths of babes? How do you interpret that phrase?
Something a kid might say unexpectedly. Like, for instance, Art Linkletter had a kid on. He basically pimped out his mom who was cheating on his dad with, oh, Uncle Harry comes out in his pajamas or something too. And Bill Cosby did a similar show, same name, I think. The King's kids say the darndest thing. So that's what comes to my mind.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, it's based on truth. It's almost like
they don't have a filter, basically.
A simplistic, basic truth, even at a child's level. Okay. Right. Now, the news flash I saw didn't involve a child, but you'll understand what I mean when I get to the news clip here. But Bill Melugin, a Fox News reporter, he constantly does news reports on illegal aliens down on the border. He was in California, and he was basically, the intent of his news report was the fact that all these people that were coming into the States from Mexico into California illegally, none of them were Mexicans. The vast majority of them seemed to be coming from, and I'm going to just say Asia in general. And when I say Asia, China, Pakistan, Afghanistan. There was a guy from Iran. Now, there were a couple from Central and South America, but the vast majority, he was just going down the line. Where are you from? India, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, granted, anyone could have said anything. So, I mean, who knows where they were from? All we know is they were coming from, we're going to say Asia. The vast majority was coming from Asia. Okay. Well, he comes across a guy from Turkey. Okay. And he goes, "Where are you from?" And the guy goes, "Turkey." Oh. And let me go back here a minute. There was a guy from Iran, and he goes, "Wow, Iran." He goes, "And why did you come to the States?" He goes, "I want freedom." So that was what the guy from Iran said. So as he's going down the line, he finds a guy from Turkey, okay, which is not Asia, but he finds a guy from Turkey, and he goes, "Where are you from?" And he goes, "Turkey." And he asks the guy, "Why are you here?" And "I want freedom." And then the guy says the darndest thing. He goes, "They need to be checking these people. Oh, these people aren't normal."
That's what one of the illegals says?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yes. He goes,
you saw this, right?
Yeah, I saw the news report.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, because I've heard this, and I don't know that I haven't been able to verify it, but many of these Asians and people from other places are military-age men.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Most of them were men.
They're not families coming here looking for a better life. They're
mostly men.
I suspect they're coming here to fight us. When I say us, I mean guys like us.
That is entirely possible. But, to hear the guy from Turkey say they need to be checking these people. So a lot of he goes, a lot of these people aren't normal. And when I saw it, I thought, from the mouths of babes.
Well, that guy, he's just a xenophobe.
Well,
because when Trump said they're not sending us their best and brightest, which obviously is the case, they called him a xenophobe. Well, this guy must be a xenophobe too.
I mean, obviously,
or a common sense guy.
obviously there's decency in this guy's heart. I mean,
Well, yeah.
I think a lot of times we Americans take the easy life for granted that we have here.
There's no question
and
about that.
and and this guy, he probably figures, hey, they're letting every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Smith in. Why not me? But then, as Bill Melugin talking to him, for him to just blurt out, they need to check these people. These people aren't normal. And I just, and when I saw it, I just thought, whoop, from the mouths of babes. Okay.
Yep.
And, the thing about these illegals is, and everyone knows the Democrats want them to vote as soon as they can get their act together here, we'll say.
As soon as they get here, for that matter.
Yeah.
In some places like New York and California, they want to let them vote without being citizens.
Yeah, exactly. But the even more immediate problem, and I hear this in some news reports, I hear it discussed on Dan Bongino and other shows and podcasts, because I'm starting to listen to a fair number of podcasts now, but the Democrats have finagled these illegals into the census.
Yeah.
And so just by their presence, their very presence is affecting the electoral college count.
Well, also, this isn't the first time at the rodeo for the Democrats. They wanted to use black slaves. They wanted them counted as full people in the census for House representation and electoral college representation. And the Republicans wouldn't go for that. And they came to a settlement, if you will, on they would count them as 3/5 of a person. It's not that anyone thought they were 3/5 of a person, because the people who owned them wanted them counted as full persons for these purposes. Yeah. And they're just doing the same thing again.
You know what? Yeah, this is, as a term I like to use, modus operandi.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to talk about, and Bill Melugin, initially he began his news report with the whole concept of these people weren't even coming from Central or South America. They're coming from they're coming from overseas,
Right.
and then comes the guy from Turkey and blurting out, they need to check these people. These people aren't normal. And it just that in itself made the news report gave it an all new unintended spin,
Yes.
And so
they want to replace white people with these people. They basically have a policy, and they expose it all the time. White people got to go. White people are the problem. They say we're the problem with everything. That's why we got to go. Just like the Jews had to go in Nazi Germany. The most recent example of this, and I know this is a bit off topic, but you got the chick from ESPN, the racist they have on their channel, saying that Caitlin Clark, who's a white girl, the only reason she's popular, and she's immensely popular, is because she's white and pretty. Well, I've seen pictures of her. Out of the pretty part we could debate. She's certainly white, and she's one hell of a basketball. Can't have any praise for white people.
Well, I just think it's pretty bad when you've got an illegal alien. They need to be checking these people.
You know what? He'll be the guy they kick out.
As I thought about it, I thought, I can only hope and pray more illegals aren't like that guy from Turkey.
Well, this is where their master plan could blow up in their face. That guy comes here, he might vote conservatively.
There's always been that debate of if these illegals at the end of the day began to vote Republican, the Democrats would put an end to it.
Yes, they would.
I've heard that said a few times, different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's this guy from Turkey just blurting out the truth, man.
Yeah.
And
well, you know what? He's seen it up close and personal, so he knows.
Well, I got to tell you, I think he was half acting. I only saw the video. Okay, so he was kind of just thankful that he got into the States, for fear of his life, maybe. That's all I have for this topic. I guess we'll call this one a wrap. We'll catch you all in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.